So your angle is the people, the residents of Flint. You're telling it from the inside out, not the outside in. Like the national news media, they come from the outside and they do their stories. You are embedded with the residents, and I say embedded because on Saturday I read your blog. You hung out with Melissa Mays at a bar, and you helped with the water delivery, right? Is that right?
Yeah, we ended up meeting Melissa at the Motor Shop, was the name of the bar. And it was just her and like 4 really big burly dudes that worked at the bar, and they were just by themselves loading up water. And we just got there, we introduced ourselves and we're like, you guys want some help? And they were like, oh my gosh, yeah. So we just loaded water up for probably half an hour, and then we went on the drive with Melissa and we met a couple other people, and it just kind of expanded from there. And I think once, like we all were talking about this, once people in Flint realized we were there to help and not just to get a film or get our interviews or get what we wanted, the responses just kind of opened up and changed immediately, which I mean, I'd probably be the same way if, you know, someone was coming in with a film crew, but we're here to help and we want to try and get the stories out that deserve to be told. So
yeah, it's really clear, especially with, I mean, Melissa's been interviewed by everyone. She was talking about how, oh, CNN was in my house the other day and all this, like these crazy stories, and she's like casually talking with Michael Moore and all this stuff, and it's very clear that she's very much within the national spotlight, but we really don't want to just be, I don't know, another person just coming in, interviewing her and then leaving. Like, we really want to be there and telling Flint's story, but also being there and if they need help delivering water or unloading water, because it is not a light substance. Like, we were carrying like these massive packs. Liv was very sore the next day.
I'm very out of shape.
But it's it's so clear that, I mean, I've never been one to just kind of like sit back and film. I'm not afraid to get in front of the camera, just so like, if I'm delivering water, the story isn't about us. It's about, you know, helping Flint. And that means we're going to tell Flint's story, but we're also going to be there to deliver water. We're going to make sure that everyone is like, has a voice and that they're being heard.
How much footage have you got so far? How much are you going to get? And how long is this documentary going to be?
We've debated about that. We are aiming for a shorter length of around 30 minutes. Feature-length documentaries are very, very intense, and being full-time students and also having part-time jobs, I just don't know if our crew could give our all for a full length, but we know we have a solid short documentary of about 30 minutes so far. And I mean, most of the people we've interviewed are talkers. So we've got a lot of interview footage, and, you know, we're gaining more B-roll footage or other footage as we go along. And by going to water drives and going to events, like, that's just adding to our collection of stuff to sort through and condense. I mean, it's going to be a very intense 30-minute documentary, I think.
We were sitting around the table and we were thinking about, okay, not only do we have to think about film festivals, but 26 minutes and 46 seconds is broadcasting length for PBS. So that would be amazing if we could get it on there. And then just financially, it's a little cheaper to do, like for film festivals, just entry costs and whatnot. But also, we really want this to be like as intense and as really kind of meaty as it can possibly be. And that we think like 30 minutes of just really hard-hitting facts and hard, like, super high emotions, that's really what we want. We don't really want to push this and be like, oh, look, I made a feature-length film just to say we made a feature-length film. We really want to make this as absolutely solid and positive as possible in 30 minutes.